What's going on, guys? It's Brent from Team Acardski back with another video. Today we're going to be going over 3 little combos for Yummy Mimighoul. Now, before we jump in, as always, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! And without further ado, we're going to just jump straight into it. So, it's been a long time, almost a year, since I posted a combo video for my bread and butter deck, Yummy Mimighoul. I love this variant of Yummy. And if you watched my recent deck profile, the third place VIP deck profile, I did change a couple things since then. Not too crazy, but I did put Marshmallow to 1 in favor of putting Cookie and Lollipo to 2. This was a consistency choice just because if you have a Mimighoul name on field and say you link into, say, Almirage if it was normal summoned, or just link Haribo if it's on field because they're level 1s, and Marshmallow is the only name that you really have, you can't special Marshmallow that way. Granted, you can start with Marshmallow, but by then your opponent's just going to know what you're playing, and it also feels really bad if they get rid of the Marshmallow because, you know, then you can't necessarily go into any of the synchros. But I did this. This feels great because, like, if you link away one of the Mimighouls for Almirage or link Haribo, you can just... These are just more bodies to special summon right away. But... Oh, excuse me. But... Yeah, that's the only changes as far as the Yummy side. The Mimighoul side, I just added one more card, and we're playing Armor now. Now, Armor acts like another Marshmallow going second because he has a similar effect to special summon if your opponent controls a monster. He just is a free special summon to your field, so he's like the Mimighoul equivalent of Marshmallow going second. He can also be good going first if you manage to get another Mimighoul on your opponent's side, and he can just special to your field, so you can start comboing off. But we're going to start with a combo on the Yummy side, and that's just going to be with 1 Cupsy. So with 1 Cupsy, you would normal summon it, use the effect to grab the Yummy Surprise. So we'll grab Surprise. So we have Surprise in hand. We'll link away for our Snatchy. And Snatchy will place the field spell. So this will place Minion. And then we'll use the effect of Minion targeting the Cupsy to special summon it. Then from here, we go into the Cupsy Synchro. And we'll use the effect to search either... It's always going to be Marshmallow and one other body here, just because we started with Cupsy. So we're going to search... I like searching Lollipo just in case our opponent has Fallen in the Virtuous. So we had Marshmallow. I like searching Lollipo just because if they have Fallen in the Virtuous and they dump a target, and let's say they target one of our monsters, we can chain a Yummy Synchro to tag out into Snatchy and this. So this will banish whatever they sent off of Fallen so they don't get any effects. But we'll add these 2, discard the Marshmallow. And then from here, we can special summon Lollipo. And we can use Surprise, special summon Marshmallow. Marshmallow's effect will trigger to add back Surprise from Graveyard. And then we can overlay these 2 for Giant Mimighoul. On summon, Giant Mimighoul's effect will trigger to add a Mimighoul card. Now, if you wanted to end here, you could. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but we still have a lot of push left to go here. So we're definitely just going to grab Maker. We will activate the maker. The two that we always want to reveal here are going to be the Archfiend and the Dragon. Just for the sake of showing you guys the combo, Maker is random, so I usually do a die roll, but just for the sake of showing you how far this can push, we're gonna be specialing the Archfiend to our opponent's field, special the Dragon, and then on a new chain, Dragon will trigger to search another Mimighoul card. Now, typically, if you really want to stop your opponent from normal summoning, you would search Dungeon here. Dungeon is really strong, and it is one of the options to search off of Dragon, but I always like to search Room, just because it's a good card for stopping your opponent if it's not a fusion deck. But if it is a fusion deck like Dracotail, you would 100% be searching Dungeon. But Room is really good for your opponents that need to, say, Link Summon or Synchro Summon, or Xyz Summon, just because the special summon of a Mimighoul and non-target Book of Moon is really strong. And it also protects your opponent from just going to battle phase and beating over your yummy synchros. So that's why I like to search this a majority of the time. So from here, we can extend further by linking away the giant Mimighoul for Gravity Controller. And because we have a level 1 and we have a Link 1, we can immediately just Synchro Summon into the Lollipo Synchro, and we can use the effect to summon 2 Yummies from Grave, but their effects are negated, so we can summon the Lollipo and the Snatchy. And from here, this is where we bridge into our third engine. We'll link the Cupsy Synchro and Snatchy away, go into Reaperdocus, and we'll use the effect of Reaperdocus to turn the Lollipo into a Light Fiend, to which we can link it away and go into everyone's favorite sub-engine, Fiendsmith. So we go into Requiem effect. We'll special summon our Engraver from deck. And then we can use the effect of Requiem, target the Engraver to equip to it, and we'll special summon the Necroquip Princess off of that. And we'll use the Engraver, shuffle back the Requiem for cost to special summon the Engraver back from Grave. And from here, overlay these two into Caesar. So just off of the one Cupsy, minus the Reaperdocus, we unfortunately don't have a way to really get the Reaperdocus off the field, but from here, we have Room, Surprise, Caesar, Yummy Synchro, and we have a set card on our opponent's field that is Archfiend. So, and we're always going to be putting this is a little hint for next format, Blazing Dominion format. We're always going to be putting the set card off of Maker in the center column. The center column, just in case they're playing Elf Note, because Elf Note really doesn't have an out for that unless they open the continuous spell Welcome Home, which they can send the face down for cost to special summon a Elf Note from deck. But the thing there is, if they do that, we just have room to chain to immediately special one back into the center column, just so that they don't get their effects and they don't get to special summon any more monsters. But this is just off of one Cupsy. We have Surprise Set, Room Set, Caesar, and Yummy Synchro. So we have plenty of points of interaction for our opponent. But that's it for the Yummy side. Now we're going to start with the Mimighoul side. And I think starting with the Mimighouls is a little better, just because bridging into the Yummy side is a little easier, I would say, just because all you need is a Link 1 and a level 1, and we play all of our main deck engine monsters are all level 1s, so that's really no problem for us here. It's just a seamless transition. So instead of normal summon Cupsy, we're going to be normal summoning a dragon. Now this is where it gets interesting. So we're going to normal summon dragon, use dragon's effect to search a Mimighoul spell trap, and the one we're going to be searching a majority of the time is going to be Maker. We're going to activate Maker, reveal Archfiend, and you can either search, because if you open dragon, there's no reason to search another dragon to get on your opponent's field. If for some reason that the Archfiend hits, then if the Archfiend hits their field, you want to be able to have a body to special summon alongside dragons. So it can either be fairy or armor that you add off of Maker as well, but we can just do the armor in this case, because fairy's flip effect is really strong against a majority of decks too. Not being able to activate monster effects special summon from the hand is pretty strong, especially against a Yummy Mirror Match, Elf Note, I believe a Cool Tune specials, but I don't think it affects them that much. But revealing these two off of Maker, it doesn't really matter which one it hits. Let's just say it hits Archfiend, and then we can special the armor. And from here, it's just bridging. So we can link away the dragon into Salmon-Great Almirage. And then we can go, let me fix this a little bit. There we go. From here, we bridge into the Yummy side because we just immediately make Cupsy. Cupsy effect, we'll search our two Yummies. And if you don't have any other names in hand, it's always going to be just Cupsy and Marshmallow. Those two just feel the best. If you already have Cupsy or Marshmallow, then you can add either Cupsy and Cookie or Lollipo. And then if you have Mao, you can do the same. But you add these two, discard Mao. Special Cupsy, search, grab the Surprise again. Link away Cupsy for the Snatchy. Place the field spell. And in this scenario, you want to use the field spell as a last resort, just in case you want to use it as a last resort, just in case your opponent has Nibiru. We do play Link Spider in this deck, so I like to save Minion for Link Spider just to be able to still end on a Synchro if we do get nibbed. But from here, Synchro Summon into the Lollipo Synchro, and we will use the effect to summon 2. And from here, normally the play is either one of the Synchros or Snatchy, but we're going to be bridging into the Mimighouls. So from here, summon Marshmallow and Cupsy. And we're going back into the Mimighouls because we want to be able to get that trap to protect our Yummy Synchros as much as possible. Just because the trap is really strong, it stops our opponent from going into the battle phase and just beating over, and all of a sudden we have no interaction. Especially if our opponent has, like, say, Ghost Bell for Surprise to special summon back the Synchro after they beat over it. So this just avoids all of that. So we grab this off of Room, and then we can go from here. We can go Effective Giant, just to be able to get our Yummy names back in Grave. Will target itself to destroy itself and will burn our opponent for 1,000 damage. So this gets popped, and it gets the reason why we do that is because it gets our Yummy names back in Grave, because if you don't do this, you can also put it in the extra monster zone to make Gravity Controller and keep pushing with the Yummy side, but we did make the Lollipo, so that's just unnecessary. But we do the Giant effect to get our Yummy names back in Grave to be able to tag out with our Synchro. But with that, you still end on Synchro, Trap, Surprise. This prevents them from, again, going straight to battle, beating over our Synchro, and then If they have Ghost Spell, we're kind of cooked. But this is still plenty points of interaction. So the final little combo, and this is just going to be like a mini combo, just because I don't want to make this video too long. So any yummy name plus maker. I mean, technically any yummy name is full combo, but if you have maker and any yummy name, you're set to go full combo. Just for the sake of the video, we'll add probably one of the mid ones. So let's say we have maker and we have a yummy name in hand. So we'll activate maker. And for this sake, we'll just see what happens here. We're going to add dragon and we're going to add archfiend. And we will do this one randomly. So I will roll a dice for this. Typically what I like to do is roll a dice and say odds, evens. So dragon odds, archfiend is evens. That is a 5, so our opponent will get the dragon. And we can special the archfiend. So we didn't necessarily need the yummy name here, because on a new chain, archfiend will trigger to flip a face down, face up, which will flip the dragon. Dragon will trigger, come to our field, and then we can link into Link Haribo. Now, a way to keep playing if your opponent has Ash Blossom with this. So instead of going straight into the Cupsy Synchro from here, you can special summon the Lollipo and then go into the Cupsy Synchro. Just in case your opponent has Ash Blossom or Imperm. That's another good one. It doesn't really play around Ash Blossom. This is more so to play around Imperm or Veiler, because when we activate the effect, if they chain an Imperm or Veiler, we have a name engrave, so we can chain to special out the Lollipo. And then you'll still get your search off of the Cupsy Synchro. Add your 2 names. And then discard. And then you're just off to the races. Because from here, just link into Snatchy, place the field spell. Place the field spell. Special Cupsy, grab Surprise. And then essentially from here, because you have another body with Dragon, the world is your oyster. You can go any route from here, probably just go Lollipo, summon 2 bodies, make Giant. Giant, grab the trap, and then you can go the Caesar engine. So yeah, that's essentially it for the deck. I just wanted to give a quick update video just because I feel like it's been a while since I made a little combo tutorial. This deck is crazy. I just think it's the best version of Yummy. I don't think people understand the Mimighoul cards too well. So when they start playing against them, it can be kind of hard to, compared to, say, just regular Fiendsmith Yummy or Azamina Yummy, people can't really understand the interactions that well. So it gives you an advantage because people aren't used to seeing these cards, and they're also really strong. For example, yesterday when I played in locals, my opponent special summoned an LZ, Azamina LZ to their field, while I had Fairy set on their field. So immediately, once that special summoned, I chained Maker to the summon to flip Fairy, and the LZ was turned off, and all of the Yummy names that would special from hand were turned off. So, I mean, this deck is no pushover. I've had immense success with it. I love how it plays. I built this deck ever since Yummy came out. I thought it was something special. So I want to pass this knowledge on to you guys because this deck is just crazy. But if you enjoyed, as always, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you so much for giving the channel a chance, guys, and thank you for always tuning in to any video we post. We greatly appreciate you guys. This is Team Acardski signing out.